that word, family? Hey, man, check this out.
Pressure, I apply the pressure. Pressure, I apply the pressure. Pressure, I apply the pressure. Yeah, pressure, I apply the pressure.
All right, so shout out to the brother O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. He's been out here going hard at a YouTuber from the UK who goes by the name of Just Pearly Things. Now, Just Pearly Things, she says a lot of old school shit, man. Like, you shouldn't leave your family for this and that. Even if your husband is abusive, you shouldn't leave your family.
You fucking income fucking poop.
Yeah, she's a businesswoman out here making moves in the street, playing with the heartstrings of men and women alike. So what she does is she has a show out in the UK where she has predominantly black people on the show, and she came up like most white people come up in America off the backbones of the blacks. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is those blacks over there didn't have the fight in their hearts that the blacks over here got. We got a different mentality. So when Akon comes out and he said, we want African Americans to come back to Africa and spend your money here, man, we looking at Akon like, get y'all asses out of here. Why would we come from a place that everybody from your country agrees is the land of milk and honey to go someplace where the Chinaman kicks your ass, where the white man kicks your ass in your own goddamn land? Imagine if one of my white neighbors came over to my property and disrespected me. Man, I'll be out there so quick to smack them up, choke them, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't come to my property and disrespect me. So, Akon, this is the type of black person you're looking for. You're looking for the passive Negroes. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for these type of Negroes to join your colony over there where you have 8 wives. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the appeal. You come over here and get 5, 6 wives. So I get on Africans a lot because I work with a lot of them. And you know what'll happen? We'll be at work and a white person will be like, can you watch this station? I'll be right back. White person to be gone for the whole goddamn shift. The African to be complaining to me. I will say, look, man, go tell them. Why are you telling me? Go tell them, because this shit would not happen to me.
You don't like it? Kiss my ass. You don't like it.
Get your ass over there and stand up for your rights, because I'm going to step on your ass next. And so I hate that when I go to work, that these Africans, like I said the other day, man, it was the African was sitting down in a chair, a young lady, and a white girl walked into the building. All the chairs was taken. The African woman got up and gave the white woman her chair. I was so pissed off at that situation. Why would you give her your chair? She's not pregnant. She's not elderly. She looked like she's younger than you. That's because that's the mentality of the whites coming out of Africa. And we don't really want to be a part of that. That's why ain't no black people jumping on his ship. That's why Jay-Z ain't rocking with Akon on that shit probably. You know, that's why Beyonce ain't rocking with it, or Byron Allen. Why are you calling for the average African American when you in the room with all of these big leaguers, these billionaires? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But then we got Africans overseas. We got the ones from UK. We got the ones in Ukraine. Now, I'm going to pull this video up real quick. This is a guy that's on the show with Just Pearly Things. Goes by the name of King Richards. I believe he's dating one of the white women that's on the goddamn show. Right? So, of course, he feels like white people ain't racist. He's dating one of them. But oh no, if she's like these American white women, as soon as they get upset with you, a lot of them, not all of them, but as soon as they get upset with you to hurt you, they call you the nigger with the hard ER at the end of it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, they call you the nigger with the hard ER. You know, I get upset with black women because I don't fuck with the white girls. I'm too pro-black for that. But I get upset when the black women in my life get mad and call me nigga. So let's get into this video. Shout out to the brother O'Shea Duke Jackson. Like I said, he's been putting the heat to the skillet. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson for doing his thing. I really salute you, brother. I salute a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I don't salute, man, like Akon. Any African that think that we don't deserve reparations, they can kiss my ass. Any person of color that think we in America don't deserve reparations, they can kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue.
Yeah, I am a little bit racist.
And the Italians, we do not claim you.
Oh, hey, the Italians don't claim you. You're the one dating the black guy.
That's King Richard's girl right there that the white man just insulted. But where was King Richards? Was he on the panel to say, hold on, man, that's my woman you're talking about? No, King Richards wasn't there because guess what? He's not going to protect this white woman. He's not going to protect this black woman, especially when it comes to white men. He's going to sit back and let that white man trample all over his girlfriend. He's going to sit back and let the white man trample over his family. He's not going to lay a hand on that white man, goddammit. Let's continue. Now, mind you, this guy is a racist. But where's King Richard? He had to send his woman out there to fight his battle.
You ain't got no excuse.
And that's how a lot of these black men are, especially when they coming from Africa, when they coming from across seas. Passive, weak. Anybody can step on them. They'll stay at the bottom. They won't even try to get a promotion. They won't try to do better. They're good where they at, right? So what King Richard did was they had this show and mediocre tutorials and reviews. You know, he had some harsh words to say, not really harsh, just criticisms to say about her inviting a racist to her show when her show was built off the backbones of black people. Now, mind you, she thinks like she's in the 1950s and 40s. Like common sense don't add up to her. Like she has the Republican mindset. And this lady right here, oh my God, when I first saw her, I said, what the fuck? She's ugly as fuck. If average at best was a person, it would be a picture of just Pearly Thing's ugly ass next to it. Now, he decided to get down on the brother mediocre tutorial and reviews. Now, I got a quick story to tell y'all about mediocre tutorials. Now, I am a subscriber to his channel. And a couple of weeks ago, he put out a picture of him and Just Pearly Things. And he said something towards the fact that we're going to be right back at it. I left a comment. I said, what's with you and her? Like, what's going on with y'all two? Why the fuck are you buddy up to her, man? You know what I'm saying? like all she do is talk about goofy shit. You don't need the promo. She's using you for promotion to get into American homes because I don't watch the bitch. You know, I really don't watch the bitch. I don't care for her. I don't watch Fresh and Fit. A lot of the manosphere shit I don't watch, but I do got love for mediocre tutorials and I do got love for O'Shea Duke Jackson. Had so much love and admiration for Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? But these passive Negroes from Africa and from overseas, man, they be killing me. All right, so he critiques mediocre tutorials. I don't know what he said about the racist dude because I didn't watch the show. I watched another show and it brought me to this. And this is what I want to focus on. I want to focus on what he had to say to mediocre tutorials. Let's get it.
I'm not going to beat around the bush for this conversation, and I'm going to get straight to the point. Pearl, you f***ed up. You knowingly invited a white supremacist and a self-proclaimed racist onto a platform which is primarily supported by, at least initially, and produced by black people. This comes across as insensitive to downright nasty.
I don't know. I don't really agree with that, MTR. I don't agree with that because, I mean, Pearl is not the first person to bring white supremacists or racists onto a show. I just don't agree with that. And the fact that Pearl has staff who are black, I mean, that, you know, that's beside the point. Do you know what I mean? I just think that she brought on a controversial person. Obviously, that was gonna bring around like a conversation. It was gonna get views. People are gonna want to hear what goes down. I think that, you know, this is not the first show that has brought white supremacists on. Do you get what I'm saying? So, I mean, Oprah's done it. Jerry Springer's done it. A lot of other people.
Let me stop him right there. He brought up Jerry Springer's done it. Oprah Winfrey's done it, which is correct. But guess what? Where was your black ass at to confront the racists? Like Jerry Springer had his audience to confront racists. He had black people with microphones in their hand confronting racists. Oprah Winfrey did the same thing. They also had white people in the audience confronting the racists. Nobody in the audience in Jerry Springer or Oprah Winfrey ever agreed with a racist person. And for you to sit here with your big buck broken black ass and say what she did wasn't insensitive, at the least, it was very insensitive. She laughed at the racist jokes. When have you seen Jerry Springer laugh at a racist joke? I mean, generally laugh, and then agrees with some of the things that the racist says. Well, I agree. Yeah, black folks, they're not that educated. Yeah, we can all agree to that, right? No, but of course, he's a passive nigga. He might got muscles, but he's weak. He's weak-hearted. He's weak-minded. And he wasn't able to confront the racists because he would agree with them probably as well. He would laugh at probably some of the racist jokes and say, be one of those Negroes. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, black folks do be coming in late all the time. I done been late 25 times this month. But let's continue.
Shows have done that thing. So I think you may be exaggerating that particular point a little bit. But anyway.
And I want to be clear. It's not just inviting said person to the conversation that's upsetting, because conversations with people who don't agree with each other or don't agree with a particular position, if done in a healthy way, can promote civil discourse.
Okay.
But your up was to not only not defend the people who help create the content on your platform, but to also push a narrative that is insensitive and damaging to those very same people. Pearl, you know that your staff is mostly black people. And I'm talking about from a production perspective as well as a talent perspective. You also know that the majority of your content utilizes black people talking about black relationship issues. You could have had...
I'll say this from my own point of view. I've had my channel for many, many years before any of you even knew Just Pearly Things. Before I was working with her, I had a channel and I talked about, you know, racial issues and things of that nature, as well as, you know, the dating dynamics and, you know, men's self-improvement. So, you know, I just want to make that clear, because a lot of people, they're coming out and saying stuff along the lines of, oh, yeah, you can't say nothing because Pearl's your boss and blah, blah, blah. I've always been able to say what I want on my channel, and that is just been consistent and constant. So,
all right, so you had your weak ass channel and nobody knew about you. Nobody knew about you, bro. I never heard of you until you became this woman's house nigga. Never heard of you. Never saw you before. Never heard of your content. And look at this nigga, man. Don't he look like the grooving gorilla? Like, I can see this nigga with a tight ass shirt on and some little ass shorts and dancing all crazy. That's what he does. This is the grooving gorilla. That's what this nigga do when he ain't on his channel, man. When he ain't talking about some goofy shit, he's dancing with some tight ass biker pants on, looking like a goddamn clown. Don't y'all see the resemblance in him and Groovy Gorilla? I don't think that's him. I think the Groovy Gorilla is an immigrant, though. I do believe that nigga's not from America. So, you know, these overseas Negroes, man, you know, they haven't had it as worse as us. You know, when they saw the Ukrainians kicking off black folks and putting white folks on the trains to get to Poland, to get the hell up out of Ukraine, this nigga probably got on this show and say, well, I don't blame him. You're supposed to put your people first, right? But let's get back into it.
So I just want to make that clear.
Black people sitting in the same room with this person in order to combat some of the hellacious things that was coming out of his mouth, or to have a different perspective that would have lent itself well to demonstrate the respect for the people that watch your content.
All right, let me stop mediocre right there, man. He has a point. If she invited a racist, she should have invited Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar may have not had to be on the show, but Dr. Umar ain't finna fall for this shit. He's not gonna get on the show with this white lady and debate a racist on her show, because guess what? She's gonna be laughing at both of them. You know what I'm saying? She don't give a fuck about nobody but herself and the groovy gorilla right here. But let's continue.
And that you employ. I don't think that your platform would be as big as what it is today if it wasn't for the essential utilization of Black people, Black relationship topics, and Black talent. And the talent came from all over. When you include the likes of an Andrew Tate, all the way down to a Brittany Renner. And even from a content creator perspective, from me to a Melanie King, to a Sarah Garvey, to a King Riches, to an
King Richard's name shouldn't even been brought up in that mediocre tutorial reviews, because King Richards is a passive nigga. He wouldn't even want to be on his own show. He wasn't even there to confront the racists and say that's not true. We work very hard behind the scenes on this show. It's people that's here on time every single day. No, just pearly things. The thing is, she was joking and came into a common ground with the racists. She fell into common ground with them. She said, yeah, my employees of African descent, they come in late. Talking about this nigga King Richards more than likely. You know what I'm saying? And his white girlfriend was there to say, well, Italians don't support you. And well, they don't support you. They don't support you. You're the one dating the black guy. Well, let's listen to what this house Negro King Richards has to say.
Auntie Jenny. So for those just unaware of what's been going on, Pearl has recently come under fire for these particular comments.
I'm trying to get my Africans in America. My Africans. Oh, gosh.
Why?
See, that's Pearly things. My Africans. You ain't got no goddamn Africans. Those are people. Those are your co-workers. Those are your employees. They ain't your fucking Africans. And look at King Richards. He's ready to. Why you gotta replay that? Why you gotta replay that? Why you replay that? Nigga, because she called you her African. It's like a white person calling me. Oh, this is my African right here. This is my my African friend, my African American friend. Well, what the fuck? I'm not your friend if you call me a fucking my African American or my African friend. I'm not your fucking friend. Get your goofy ass out of here.
I don't know why you had to do that, like that little, rewind 3 times. Like, I mean, Brett, like it sounds like you're trying to, push a narrative with that, and I kind of feel like that's a bit unfair because Pearl personally. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you know her.
Yeah, we know her personally. We know her kind. You're right about that. We know her kind. We work with racism all the time. We work through the day and we go home, and then they probably be, that nigger Thomas was at the job talking shit about this. I hate working with, and I might do the same thing sometimes to other people. But let me tell you this. The way she set the whole shit up. 2 white folks having a casual conversation, and look at that grin on her face as she calls you her African. That's all you are, man. You're a sex slave, man. That's all they want you for. Sex slave. I can't wait till she destroy your goofy ass, because you're going to go back to the slums where you came from, and ain't nobody going to know about King Richards outside of the UK. Nobody from America going to be fucking with you, bro.
Personally, you've had conversations with her. You've got to know her, just as I've got to know her. She's not racist, bro. So You know, I think that, you know, putting that little repeating little my Africans part, to me, that's a bit distasteful, but, you know, just keep going.
Everything is distasteful to you that a black man does to a white person. It's in your bloodline. You're a weak African man. Everything, you will kill a black person to save a white person's life. That's the type of nigga we dealing with right here. The house of the house. All right, so let me be fair, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just be a little bit fair. I didn't hear what he had to say about the full conversation. I only heard what he had to say about mediocre tutorials. And, you know, I don't fuck with these UK niggas. I don't fuck with the African niggas, man. The only niggas I will fuck with is Jamaican niggas, man. Shout out to my Jamaicans. Shout out to my Haitians. I will fuck with them, man. I won't fuck with these Africans. They come over here, like I say, they complain to the black man about them not being treated fairly at the job. Refuse to go in there and talk to the supervisor and show the same anguish that they show the black man. Show the same anguish to the supervisor. I will have 4 or 5 meetings. Hey, look, man, this shit ain't right. This shit ain't right. This shit ain't right. Y'all better do something about it, or I'm gonna smack the fuck out of somebody. Then I'm gonna leave. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna smack nobody. That's the way I talk. That's the way I grew up. Not at this age, I won't. I'm just gonna leave. Or I'm gonna do something else. But I'm a businessman. I run my own companies. You know what I'm saying? So when I see niggas like this, like I said, Akon, this is the nigga you need to be talking to buy into your little African scam. Your country scam where you're going to fuck around and lose the money. The banks go corrupt and you're going to pocket a lot of that. Talk to these niggas. You know, get them UK niggas in tune with it. I bet you he don't believe African Americans should be able to get reparations. King Richards. I bet you he don't believe that. You know why? Because they jealous of where we landed at. They jealous. Like I said, let's look at Ukraine. Let's look at Ukraine. They was kicking niggas off, throwing babies out. Oh no, King Richard probably ain't had nothing to say about that. I'm not sure. I don't know his content, but I bet you he's like some type of weird ass surfer boy, skateboarder or some shit. But tell me how y'all feel about this in the comment section, because I'm getting a migraine just talking about this shit. But shout out to the homeboy O'Shea Duke Jackson for doing your thing. I really appreciate you for standing up for black folks, man, and holding your foot on her neck. And all those other Negroes that's, oh, Pearl isn't racist. Pearl had a guest onto her show and she decided not to contest that guest but to feed into it. At the least, she was insensitive. That's at the least. And if you can't admit that she was insensitive and she shouldn't have done it, then there you go. But when you brought up Oprah and Jerry Springer, don't forget, they never laughed at the jokes. Jerry Springer never said, well, my Africans in the back, they be coming in late too, so I feel you have a point. You know what I'm saying? And they always had an audience there to go toe-to-toe with any guest that came on their show. Not just the racists, but any guest. At the end of the night, people were able to talk and express their feelings to the racism. After the show, Pearly Thing should have been like, you know what? All the shit you said, even though I laughed at a few things, I believe it's bullshit. And get off of my stage. I'll be back later. Peace.